Hello everybody, and welcome to our first ever premium live event. I'm your host and sole commentator, Masu Pro Wrestling, and welcome to Masu Pro Wrestling Presents Living Legends. And we're going to start off with a historic match, and we're going to start off with a historic person right here. It is Merlin. The first ever icon to ever win a match is now going to be in the first ever four-way TLC tables, ladders, and chairs, and they're all fighting for one thing: above the ring. 15 feet above the ring is a contract. What is that contract, you ask, or is for, you ask? That contract is for a shot at the Icon Division Championship. This contract will ensure that the competitor who gets it down from its hook will be in the first ever Icon Division Championship match whenever that takes place. Most likely, maybe next premium live event. And of course, only the four cream of the crop competitors will be presenting, will be fighting, and will be here tonight as Gaelic Angel is going to join the four men, the other three in this match. Truly, anyone could go home with a shot at a title, and everybody wants to be the first ever champion. There's only ever one first ever champion, and I think each one wants a shot at the title. All four competitors in this match have never been in a ladders match. I don't think any of them have been in a match that involves weapons other than Merlin and Unchained. They're the only people and they're familiar with tables, but tables, ladders, chairs, stairs, kendo sticks, bats, sledgehammers, it's all legal. We've just loaded up the ring and around the ring with tables, ladders, and chairs for the convenience of the competitors. And what a way to start off our first ever premium live event. Angel coming off a loss against Sleepy, but that was one-on-one. You never know what it's going to be like for one-on-one, four people. You don't know if there's alliances going to be formed. You don't know if enemies will become friends, as the Icon Division Championship briefcase is in the background. That beautiful briefcase that everyone wants to bring home, hanging above the ring. And our third competitor of the match is UnchainedAwesome. Coming off a loss against Drag, we're going to see how that momentum carries into this match. He has history with both of the men currently in the ring. He has beaten Angel, and he has lost to Merlin, but also picked up a win in a tag team match. So there's a lot of history in this match right now. Unchained and Merlin were the first ever match in Masu Pro Wrestling history. And could one of them bring home the title, the coveted contract, and the coveted Icon Division Championship title? And our final and fourth competitor in this contest will, of course, be the currently undefeated 3-0 TheSleepyPengu. Now, Sleepy is undefeated, but that is in singles competition. Sleepy hasn't stepped out of the singles competition area. Unchained and Merlin have fought in tag team matches, and Angel has only fought in singles competition, so it's a little bit... everybody's a little bit out of their element here. But I would say that Sleepy might be the odds-all favorite to win, in my opinion, being undefeated. Could he be the undefeated champion of the Icon Division? Who knows? Who can say? But it's definitely someone we gotta have to watch out for. Could all three competitors take down Sleepy together? You never know. as we have the briefcase 15 feet above the ring. Merlin, Angel, Unchained, and Sleepy. And of course, Merlin and Unchained immediately going at each other as Unchained takes Merlin out of the ring and goes after Sleepy. Sleepy only has history here with Angel currently, who was last week, or not last week, on Thursday, took out Angel as Unchained's got him up, flipping knee, and Merlin's not about this. Merlin is about business, and he's pulling the first ladder into the ring. He says, I'm going to just go quickly grab that super quick. You know, I'm just going to quickly grab that. But Unchained fighting off Sleepy and Merlin, slides away as Angel gets into the ring, and he's looking for a chair. We have tables, we have ladders, and now we have chairs, all three in the match. Merlin, Alabama slam, as Sleepy's taking it to Unchained, tossing him down. Drop kicks the ladder out of Merlin's hands, does Angel, as he slides out of the ring. And Sleepy and Merlin start fighting. Angel got a kendo stick running around the entire ring, coming for Unchained, it looks like, and Unchained kicks it out of his hands. We have a brawl on the outside and a brawl on the inside. Butterfly soup, or a power bomb. And Unchained's feeling himself in the back. Northern Lights suplex in the ring. Power bomb on the floor. No protection out there. Look at how thin that mat is. There's so much less protection outside currently. As Sleepy is in control in the center of the ring. As Angel and Unchained fight it out. Angel, of course, wants a little bit of payback for the loss Unchained gave him. And Unchained's chasing after Angel. And finally, tables, ladders, and chairs all in the ring. Thus, the namesake knocks the chair right out of his hands into his face and chops him as Sleepy picks up the ladder and tosses it, realizing maybe it's not his time. The ladder bouncing off the ropes. Off the ropes, goes for a kick, misses it, does Chain, as he grabs Merlin, scouts it, and grabs everyone. Nobody wants, it's all about tactics. Do you want your opponent to, Fisherman Buster almost on the ladder by Sleepy. Do you want to give your opponent time to put the ladder up and then maybe take it? Do you want to make sure nobody gets the ladder until everybody's been tired and beaten? It's all different kinds of strategy here. Merlin clotheslines Angel in the corner as we have action all around the ring. Ram horns to the skull. Goes for maybe a drop kick or something, but slips on the chair. Merlin lands on the back of a super kick by Unchained as Merlin and Unchained tie up in the ring. Angel makes his way back into the ring and picks up the chair as Merlin tosses Chain and punches the chair. No one's gotten that chair off yet. And Unchained grabbing the arms and pulling him back and rams horns the back of the spine of Merlin. Unchained just can't keep their hands off each other as Chain pulls in Merlin for the clinch. Spinning kick off the ropes, forearm misses. And Angel takes control against Merlin as Sleepy belly to bellies Unchained. Merlin's rolling out the ring. Belly to bellies for everyone, says Sleepy. Belly to belly-in. And the knee strikes to the gut. Everybody's come out the gate with fire under their butt as Merlin clotheslines Unchained. And picks him up for the side breaker. Ribs tossing him like a sack of shit. Inverted suplex by Sleepy. Merlin picking up Sleepy in a very precarious situation and just tosses him. Unchained setting up the ladder in the corner. Missile drop kick. Sending a super kick to the back of the head. Kicking everyone. Drop kicks, but Sleepy's just not quite there. Sleepy maybe was going to toss Unchained to the corner, but misses and tosses him out of the ring instead. As Merlin's going to take it out to the ring. Can't keep his hands off Unchained. These two have so much history together. As Sleepy takes control in the ring. Misses the knee. Sidewalk slam from Merlin. As Angel sends Sleepy to the outside. And Sleepy's looking under the ring for maybe another ladder. Looks like he's going to be setting the ladder on our French-Canadian announce table and the ring. I can't imagine what he's going to be doing with that. Unchained pulls him in and bonks his head onto it. And it looks like Sleepy's fighting out of it. Looks like they might want to use that ladder. Merlin all alone in the ring with the ladder as Unchained ring awareness. Merlin quickly sets up that ladder and he's going to make his way to the top. Could Merlin be the first person ever? Sleepy immediately notices and is going to climb up as Angel targets the back of Merlin. He's getting those unhooked as Sleepy. Now Sleepy's up there by himself. And Unchained trying to clear the ring here. Sleepy has his hands. Nobody's paying attention to Sleepy right here. Could he steal it? Sleepy has the briefcase and nobody's paying attention. And Sleepy unhooks the briefcase, continuing his undefeated streak, and is going to be in the first ever Icon title match. Nobody expects Sleepy. He's the sleeper pick. And nobody was paying attention to Sleepy, trying to take control of the match. And Sleepy it was like a half-open jar. Merlin opened it slightly and Sleepy got it all the way. But that's only our first contest as we move into the next match that's coming up next. All right, history was made in our last match. But now, we're going to do Idols competition. Coming off an impressive win against Minty is Rize, the self-proclaimed Panda Archon herself, is going to go one-on-one. NPW Living Legends is where you want to cement your legacy and show that you are truly legendary. And I think there's multiple legendary things about Rize. But I think her opponent is just as legendary as her. And it's going to be a very interesting, interaction, I'll say. Will we see the Panda God proclaim victory here tonight? Or will she be outshined against the one and only Masu Pro Wrestling Zone Bunny Bean Usaino? Usaino also undefeated, 2-0, beat Glitchy and beat both T and Minty in a triple threat match. Had some of the most impressive matches and wins out of anyone in the division. So can they pick up a win against Rize and submit? They've already arguably cemented themselves as legendary. But this would just be another thing sung in songs about Usaino. Will we see magic happen tonight? I don't know. The clock might have hit 12, and the magic might have disappeared. But Rize versus Usaino, one-on-one idols competition. Ooh, arm drag. Usaino running out the gate, gets caught with an arm drag. Rize is all business. Rize has been nothing but a stepping stone for other idols, and she's sick of it. She's tired, and she's ready to pick up some more wins. She's ready to make this a long winning streak. As she pulls in the STF immediately as Usaino fights out. That could have been an early tap. Hitting the elbows to break out of it. But of course Usaino wants to pick up a big win because later tonight we will crown the first ever Idols Division champion in our main event. And I think that obviously these two idols want to be in contention for that title. And if you pick up a win in some stage like this, you're definitely in the talks. If Usaino can keep picking up wins like this, you got to think that they will be in talks as they cover not near fall, barely a one. You got to think that Usaino is in the talks for a potential title shot in the future. And Rize, of course, wants to be in that conversation as well and has got to show that she has what it takes as she goes off the top ropes and, ooh, falls to the floor. Miscalculation as Usaino takes advantage. Usaino is just rolling around Rize with a running kick as Rize just makes it to the knees. And unlike our previous match, countouts are happening. We're at a count of 3. They have a count of 10 to make it to the ring, of course. And they know this is a disqualification. You can't use weapons. But of course, always referee's discretion. Usaino dropping Rize on her stomach. Working over the leg. At a count of 7, could we see Rize get a count-out loss here? No, makes it in at a count of 7. It's big slap to the face by Rize. But Usaino continues to keep control here. Goes for a suplex, hits it. It was a brainbuster. Suplex position. Throws her on the ground. Says, give me a second. As it looks like Rize is dazed and confused. Rolling, bouncing. A cartwheel Pele kick. Handspring Pele kick. Bunny hop off the top ropes from out of nowhere. Could this be it? Ooh, that might have been... That was a near fall, but that might have been the most dominant win we have ever seen out of anyone in any division. Side suplex. Rize fighting through it. Drops him. Now Rize's got to get some momentum here. Goes for it again. Inverted DDT-like maneuver. And is working the arms. Rize's got to try something. She's been taking the beating so far for most of this match. She's got to do her best to try and pick up some momentum, take control, and start working over Usaino, or she's not going to win this match. Elbow drop again. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's picking apart Usaino, and she's feeling herself now. As she dives over the top rope, landing it on Usaino. Sometimes she doesn't quite get that, but she does there as she pounds away at her on the floor. Rize's not one to give up easily, and that's what we can appreciate about the fiery spirit of this redhead. Elbow drop to the back of the spine, right on that tailbone, that bunny tailbone, pounding away at her skull. Usaino throws her towards the barricades, but doesn't quite get to it. As a count of 4, Usaino's taking a breather. 5 more count to get in. Rize's taking her time, looking maybe a little tired, maybe a little hurt, maybe a little both. Off the ropes, does Usaino, drops under, jumps over, playing leapfrog here. But Rize runs through her, drop kick to the legs. Rize is unfazed. Archon drop from out of nowhere. Could this be it? Ooh, that, she could have just stolen the win there. I actually, that was, I could have seen that. Could have stolen the win right there. That's how dangerous Rize can be. Someone like Rize can pull out anything and just immediately make it work. As Usaino jumps over, just hitting something that vicious out of nowhere is always terrifying. You can just knock someone completely out by putting their head into the canvas. Kick out by Rize. Usaino feeling the back of her head. That might have been the effects of the Archon drop. She grabs Rize and forearms. Maybe it was going for that Pele kick, but Rize's getting up. World's strongest bunny slam. World's bunniest slam there. Now, it looks like she's going for that, maybe that handspring Pele kick. She is across the ring. The athleticism of Usaino. Shoulders down. Could this be it? 2, 3. Usaino continues the absolute tear they are doing through the Idols division, putting everybody on notice. Picking up yet another win, and a decisive one at that, in our second ever match at MPW Living Legends, as we will move in to our lower mid-card main event, as they'd say. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, our third match of the evening. And I've been having a lot of fun today, and I would say that today has been a good day, as MintyClovers will be making their entrance in one-on-one Idols Division contest against a new debuting idol making their debut. We don't know who it is. We've never seen them before. We don't know if they're big. We don't know if they're small. We don't know if they're a powerhouse, if they're a high flyer. But Minty is going to be facing our newest competitor. Minty's the gatekeeper here to see, can they beat Minty? How are they going to prove themselves? Minty is the tester here. Minty is unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. And of course, Minty's always going to be looking for a win. And now, our debuting idol. Who's it gonna be? I'm excited. It could be anyone. But of course, it is MamaInu. For those of you who don't know, this is TeaTheShiba's mother, stepping in her in-ring debut in MPW. She's gonna show these whippersnappers what's up, as MamaInu makes her debut against MintyClovers. And now I think that this old dog might have something to show against these competitors in the division. Definitely has a veteran knowledge. It's been around the block. And where do you think T has learned their abilities from? Obviously, MamaInu has been training her pups since they're young, and that's what makes them such great stars. So MamaInu making her debut, and of course, gotta pop off the pyro for the mothers. Mothers love pyro. And she looks hyped. I think Minty's got her work cut out for her here, as T herself has been so dominant. I can't imagine how dominant her mother will be. The apple doesn't quite fall far from the tree. Or will we see it tonight? MintyClovers versus MamaInu. The bell's rung and Minty's out the gate. MamaInu's blocking it. She's been watching the tape. She's seen the streams. But MintyClovers float over. Takedown. Clothesline. Minty in complete control. Shooting star press from a standing position. As Minty works over MamaInu. We all love moms here at MPW, but doesn't mean we're going to go easy on them. Elbow to the spine, not giving MamaInu any chance to breathe. Minty is saying, welcome to the big leagues, kid. Minty is obviously desires a win at this point, right? Dragon Screw leg whip. Minty has so far not won a singular match, but has been impressive in every single match, as MamaInu puts her into a submission hold. But Minty rolls out of it. Luthez pressed by Minty. Minty came off a loss against Rize last show. MamaInu jumping over the stairs as they fight on the outside. MamaInu got her up, and fisherman suplex onto the ground. We tried to get more padding on the outside, but they just couldn't let us in this arena. So these two are fighting on basically concrete right now, dropping her head into the hardest part of the ring. Standing shooting star press, but MamaInu gets the knees up into the drop kick in front of our French-Canadian announce team. It looks like MintyClovers not letting... Ooh, kind of little show of words there, as both of them kind of talk trash to each other. Minty's still feeling herself as MamaInu starts taking it to Minty. MamaInu running cross-body, blocked by Minty. As she continues to work over the arm. Shooting star press into the cover. Foot's a little bit under the rope there, ref. I would personally, but ref's discretion. It was a near fall there. Hits her into the back, flips her over into a blue thunderbomb. No, MamaInu scouts it. She's been watching the tapes. She knows what Minty's about. As she picks her up into a pile driver. Oh my god, flattening the neck, dropping everything on Minty's head and neck. Discus punch to Minty's head. Minty's got to not be feeling very good as she continues to take punishment to her head. She could be concussed after that pile driver. Shoulder tackle kip up into the atomic drop into a scoop slam by MamaInu, lifting Minty to her feet. Super kick by MamaInu, and she's not done, but Minty fighting out of it. Ooh, forearm to the face, and goes for a suplex. Minty's getting control back. Locking her head in her legs and elbowing the top of her skull. Standing shooting star press again. Lands a third one. And now Minty might be going for something. I'm unsure what she's thinking right now. Could she be going for... Ooh, scouted it! Does MamaInu with the Bulldog, the aptly named Bulldog, as she picks her up into the old tricks! The old tricks crushing the back of MintyClovers. Could this be it in her debut match? No! Minty fights out of it and pushes out. MamaInu looks scared but ready. And she picks her up for a power bomb, but no, Minty's fighting out of it. Breaks out of the... and topples her over. And Minty posing for the fans. Minty's back has definitely got to be feeling something as she is risking it all going up. Saying, come on. She's pointing at the ref. She's like, you keep counting. Missile drop kick off the top rope to the floor. That's definitely not going to be feel good on the landing. But for MintyClovers, as Minty says, we're going to end this in the ring. And Minty's going back up. MamaInu nearly at her feet here. Cross body into the center of the ring. Goes for the pin. 2. No. Near. Just a 2 count. Barely a. Not even close to a 3. MintyClovers tries grabbing MamaInu, but she fights out of it. Sidewalk. Back breaker. As MamaInu steps on Minty's face just disrespectfully, rubbing the bottom of her shoe into her face as she makes her way up. Kip up from Minty. Cross body though. Caught her. Showing that she can do it too. Minty was looking to catch MamaInu off guard, but she had read it from the start. Into the corner. MamaInu looks tired. Feet up. Caught her slow, but MamaInu counters the punch with her own into a Russian leg sweep. MamaInu's eyes looking a bit red there. Ooh, as she's calling for another super kick from the corner. And she hits it right on the button. MintyClovers, shoulders down in her debut. Could MamaInu pick up the win? No. Powerful kick out by MintyClovers. Her never say die attitude continuing to show here. As MamaInu might be back up to her old tricks again. Ooh, the Skywalker hits it. I dropped my controller very hard on the ground. And so did MintyClovers. Got dropped very hard. The old tricks, the Skywalker, the super kick. MamaInu popped off everything in her debut and picks up a win. I'm sorry, Minty has picked up another loss, but we gotta say we still love Minty here. But congratulations to MamaInu in her debut, picking up her first ever win, showing that the Shiba family is a force to be reckoned with. as we will get into our fourth match of the night, and one that is very exciting. Now for our fourth contest tonight, we will have the match that both of these competitors have been waiting for. On Thursday, on MPW Thursday Throwdown, ShmeepsWorld assaulted Glitchy outside the ring, and Glitchy took her out and defended herself, but Glitchy assaulted Shmeeps backstage on the second ever episode of MPW. A lot of hatred and anger, and that's why we know we can't control these two, but it will be no holds barred. No countouts, no disqualification, anything goes. These two will just have the entire ring and arena to fight. The only rule we have is you must pin inside the ring or submit to win. And I can see that Shmeeps is raring. She wants her hands on Glitchy again. And Glitchy has a little bit of momentum coming into here after taking out Shmeeps after the assault. But Glitchy is definitely going to be looking for some revenge. Both looking for revenge. Glitchy was targeting Draven, who will be in our championship match in our main event. Draven and TeaTheShiba will be locked inside of a steel cage for the Idols Division Championship. And the steel cage stipulation was picked specifically to keep Glitchy out of it. Glitchy has been, for unknown reasons, targeting Draven and Shmeeps, it seems, for weeks now. And it's going to come to a head here. Shmeeps versus Glitchy. Again, you got to think that maybe if one of these two can pick up a win in this match, they got to be in the conversation for who's going to be fighting for that title. Goes for a big boot blocked by Shmeeps. Spine buster by Glitchy. You got to think that if Glitchy can pick up a win, maybe she's going to get her match for the title. Or maybe she just wants a match against Draven. Who can say? What we see as Shmeeps topples the big lass. I think this is going to be a drag-out brawl. These two are going to put everything on the line. We've seen Shmeeps put everything on the line against Draven, and that was her friend. This is someone that has tormented her for weeks, and she's going to want some revenge, and Glitchy loves those stairs. She's bringing them in the ring. She used them on Thursday. And off the ropes, grabs Glitchy, flips her around as Shmeeps takes the stairs, excuse me. But Glitchy says, no, mine. Leg drops the elbow. Anything is allowed here, so those stairs are legal in this match. They can be outside the ring as long as they want. They can fight in the crowd. They can be anywhere they want. But the only place you want to be when you're going for the win is in the ring. One leg drop kick by Shmeeps. Shmeeps did an impressive superplex into the Falcon Arrow on Draven and then showed her absolute strength and athleticism against Glitchy on Thursday. Superplexing and Falcon Arrowing Glitchy. It was an incredibly professional... Oh, we almost got a near fall there. 2 count this early. That must give some confidence to Shmeeps here as she targets Glitchy's arms, making sure that Glitchy can't pick her up as easily. Sling Blade rolls through into a drop kick. Beautifully performed by Shmeeps. Kicking Glitchy while she's down. A knee to the head, it looks like. Doesn't quite topple her, but dazes Glitchy. As Glitchy Irish whips, but Shmeeps counters it. Glitchy rolls through as Shmeeps throws Glitchy out of the ring. Shmeeps taking a little breather, calculating, thinking right now. Shmeeps makes her way to the outside as well, jumping all the way from the top of the ring to the floor, runs around the entire, goes for some kicks. That's some educated feet into the Russian leg sweep by Shmeeps. The Russian leg Shmeeps. Looks like Shmeeps might be looking for an item or wanting those stairs. Oh, the stairs fell out of the ring. The magic ropes sometimes let things phase through them. But Glitchy throws Shmeeps back into the ring and, of course, going for the stairs. Glitchy's favorite weapon, just knocking into Shmeeps. Shmeeps taking all this punishment on the outside of the ring. There's no way to win on the outside of the ring, but it's definitely a great place to toss your opponent and do as much damage as possible. And of course, that's where all the weapons and nice toys are outside, as Glitchy slides the other set of chairs into the ring. And Shmeeps bounces off the ropes, goes to grab, knocks over Glitchy. Glitchy turned around and said, I'm going to ignore her. But Shmeeps still knocks over Glitchy and pulls the stairs out of the ring and says, you know what, let's do some stair jousting maybe. And picks up the other set of stairs. How will these come into play here? Glitchy throws, I think the stair immediately rolls out of the ring. As they trade punches and kicks. Big right hand from Glitchy. Sidewalk slam into the center of the ring. As Glitchy makes her way over the ropes. And on top, I hate to see the speed in Glitchy. And the knee, the King Kong knee drop, some could say. Shmeeps has a hockey stick. We are in Canada! As Shmeeps pulls out the hockey stick, but Shmeeps dodges it, dropkick backflips off Glitchy's chest. As Glitchy fights for control here. Dropkick misses, it lands on that hockey stick. And now Glitchy has the hockey stick and says, you know what, no. I'm just gonna go for the pin. Could this be it? Does Glitchy know something we don't? No. Shmeeps kicks out and Glitchy shakes her head, saying, why did you get back up? Goozles! Oh my, the mandible claw sticking her hand in the mouth of Shmeeps! Could this be it? The mandible claw suffocating Shmeeps, but Shmeeps kicks out. Glitchy just grabbed her mouth and forced her to the ground. That is disgusting. DDT by Shmeeps, taking back some sort of control. Shmeeps off the ropes again. Bulldog. Shmeeps got the hockey stick and goes for the swing, but misses, and Glitchy knocks it out of her hands. Shmeeps is looking to not play goalie here tonight. Glitchy is not having it. Glitchy having no pucks about this, so she's slamming the stick. That is not the correct way to use a hockey stick. That would get you 5 for fighting. Shmeeps Irish whips into the corner. Could we be seeing the superplex into the Falcon Arrow combo? I think that's what Shmeeps is going for here. Superplex floats over into the Falcon Arrow. Bouncing Glitchy off the canvas. Is Shmeeps done? No. Okay. Yes, she is. Goes for the pin. Could this be it? No. Glitchy gets the shoulder up, and Shmeeps is feeling the exhaustion well over her. This is wrestling chants from the crowd as Shmeeps and Glitchy fight back and forth. Stiff hit, closed fist punches, rams into Glitchy, does Shmeeps. Clothesline from Shmeeps. Shmeeps feeling some kind of energy. Clothesline, grabs the leg, takes her out, sweeps her, and Shmeeps is feeling herself. Goes for the pin cover. Could this be it? No, they say the bigger they are, the harder they fall. And Glitchy is hella big, so that must have hurt. As maybe Shmeeps is going for... Oh, I thought she was going for the critical roll there. But no, facebuster from Shmeeps. And she thinks twice about it, and she goes into the corner and says, get up! Get up! And elbows, spinning elbow into the corner. That's a rock and a hard place. You got nowhere to go for Glitchy. And Shmeeps leg drops her bouncing her off the bottom rope. And he's going to take a stroll around the ring. And she gets back in. Maybe looking at that hockey stick again. Maybe wanting to get some payback here. And it looks like she does. Glitchy rolling out of it again. Glitchy does not want to get hit by that hockey stick and doing everything she can to prevent herself. And Glitchy says, yeah! Single leg drop kick. Shmeeps scouted the hockey stick. Spanish fly standing. Spanish fly. How do you get someone that big to flip like that? But Shmeeps goes around the world, but it's scouted by Glitchy to the big boot. And Shmeeps is on her knees. Big boot crushing her skull. Goozled her. And carrying her above the head. Frame drop. There are no rope breaks, I'm pretty sure. 2, 3. Glitchy takes out Shmeeps. Glitchy is now on a tear in the Idols division. The injuries from Thursday must have not been settled for Shmeeps, and Glitchy took complete advantage and took control. As we will move into our mid-card match, and then we have the title match, so stay sitting in your seats, because you're going to miss it. All right, the match before the main event. It will be Icon Division Contest 1-on-1. And guess who came in from his late shift? It's FlairZero. Now Flair, he's been off and on. He's been doing good, but he's 1-2, and he's obviously looking to pick up some wins here tonight. Cement himself as a legend, and I think he can do it. He's worked hard, and now he's back from work, and he's ready to take his aggression out on his opponents. Flair has to work in IT, as we always say, and IT is not the most simple job. And Flair is ready to take it out on everybody and anyone. He may not be the most dominant competitor in the division, but he is one of the viciousest and one of the most calculating. He knows exactly what he needs to do to pick apart his opponent, and he will do it with expert skill and efficiency. Whether or not he can pick up the win is a whole different story, but will Cinderella get the glass slipper? Or has it truly struck midnight for FlairZero? And his opponent for tonight will be Dragthulu. Dragthulu is coming off a win against Unchained, who we saw earlier in the night. Unchained failed to capture his shot at the Icon title. And Dragthulu is definitely someone who wants to see that gold around his waist. Dragthulu is ready to continue his win streak here. He broke the curse, and now he's ready to tear through the Icon division. Dragthulu has one of the most unique movesets out of anyone. He can hit his moves out of nowhere. He can teleport. He's super fast. He can turn off the lights. You never know what to predict when facing Dragthulu, which I think is going to be Flair's hardest part. Flair's a statistics guy. He knows how things work, but I don't think anyone can really explain Dragthulu to him or to anyone. No one truly knows what goes on in Dragthulu's head. But we will see Dragthulu versus Flair tonight, and it's set to be a great match. So, I don't know how anyone can predict a winner for this match. Good luck, because I think that The only thing I can predict is we're going to have a good match. Dragthulu has the Abyssal Tombstone and the Black Hole Slam against Flair's Below Zero. Drag's got horns. Flair's got brains. Flair's got statistics. Drag's got powers. It's really science versus the occult here tonight. And our official has rung the bell, meaning that this match will start as Dragthulu inverted suplexes, or not even invert suplex, but just drops him down and is starting to work over Flair. Targeting the arm of Flair. That's the arm he writes code with. I think that's all that's going to do is make Flair angry. Snapmare drops the knee as Drag is taking things slowly and methodically banging his head against the mat. Couple blows. Flair's got nowhere to go. It has been all Dragthulu right out the gate. As Drag twisting him against the top rope, using the rope for leverage. As Flair's trying to get some momentum here. Double stomp onto the elbow. All the weight compacted right into your elbow. That does not feel good, I can promise you that. With those beautiful purple orange boots. I'm completely colorblind, apparently. Off the ropes, cross body to the floor. You don't very often see Flair jump up, but sometimes you do. You saw the spit fly out of Dragthulu's mouth with that kick as he double stomps Dragthulu again. And he's just sending haymakers, belly to belly suplex right next to our French-Canadian commentator's booth. As Flair just controls Drag in the corner in front of everyone. At a count of 5, they have a count of 10 to get back into the ring, or they are disqualified. DDT, that might be exactly what Flair's going for. But Flair's in that corner there. 7. Oh, we hear the count of 7. Flair gets in. Dragthulu stunned on the outside at the count of 8. Count of 9. Dragthulu barely makes it into the ring, saving himself into the cross arm breaker. He did that to Unchained on Thursday. Catches Flair in the cross arm breaker, working the arm once again, looking to see if he can get Flair to tap. That was a close encounter there for Drag. Jumps over and just sends him over his knee like he's his father. He goes for the pin and a kick out at 1 with authority. And Flair in control, forearm beautifully placed on the side of Drag's head. Goes for a pin. And Drag kicks out again. Flair doesn't look no frustration. Below zero? Oh, I thought he might have reversed it there, but Flair is blown up. Flair is tired. Flair is barely getting to his feet. I think he maybe took too long to get to Drag. And Drag kicks out. Flair is angry with himself, I think. He flattened himself, knee to the head of Drag as he goes to the magic rope. Elbow drop off the magic rope right into the neck, upper body of Dragthulu and just rubbing his boot into the face. The disrespect from Flair. Really trying to make a statement to Drag, get into his head as he twists the arm. And Drag twists the arm of his own, drops Flair. Dragthulu. Northern Light suplex. Doesn't go for the bridge pin because he's in the ropes. Expert awareness by Drag. Drops the knee. This Drag was maybe looking to fly, but Flair is getting up as he trades some kicks with Flair. I think Flair has put out all the gas in his tank and has left himself vulnerable to this just attack arm drag by Dragthulu. Dragthulu eyeing his enemy here. Throws him into the corner. And just starts rocking him. And taking out the airways. Hitting him in the neck with his foot. Rubbing it against the chin. Blocking Flair's airways so he can't take a breath. Flair fighting back. Double stomp again. That talk about your airways. That just made all the air leave the lungs of Drag. As Drag doesn't let that show, but Flair fighting toe for toe with each other. Flair's getting some of his momentum back as he drops down and bumps him. Drag with the abyssal tombstone from out of nowhere. Could he be too close to the ropes? He is. Flair's long legs as he kips up is too close to the ropes. Below zero from Flair as he rolls in. Maybe a little bit under the ropes, but our senior official here says it's not. As Flair pulled out a nice win against Drag. Survives the abyssal tombstone. As Flair, the sweat dripping from his face, just pulling out the victory with the below zero. Congratulations, Flair. As we move into our main event of the evening, Idols Championship Contest Steel Cage match. You won't want to miss it, so I'd say glued to your screens for this one. It is time for your main event of the evening. Icon Division Championship on the line. I'm excited. Today we will be having Dancing with Draven against TeaTheShiba inside 60 tons of steel, a steel cage. Make sure that nobody can interrupt the first ever Idol Division Championship match. The way you win is by escaping the cage or submitting or pinning your opponent in the cage. Everything's legal, though you won't be able to really reach weapons. If your feet touch the floor, you win. When you exit the ring and the cage, you win. But until then, you have nowhere to go. And of course, what can be said about Draven? Draven is undefeated, 3-0 in singles competition, and has been one of the most dominant idols in the division, and that is what has got her to this point. Can T slay the demon that is Draven and slam her undefeated streak, or will Draven go in as the first Idol Division champion undefeated, making double history here tonight? I don't know, but I don't know what T has to do to take down Draven, but it's going to have to be a lot. T's going to have to pull something from inside herself. She's got to pull something deep inside herself. But let's see as Draven waits for her opponent. As TeaTheShiba enters the arena. And of course, it is looking like T has pulled out a little bit of her own demons here. And T's getting a little bit of twisted. It looks like T has prepared herself for this match and is not coming in as the fun-loving T that we all know and love, but is coming as a lot more serious T. TeaTheShiba is not here to play games. She's not here to flop into the canvas. She is here for the one thing that everybody wants, and that's the Idol Division Championship. T is here to fight, and I think Draven might have some more on her plate than just T. T's mother appeared earlier in the show and picked up a win, and of course, T wants to come home and celebrate with her mom with the title. As we see the steel cage, and we see that title, yep, okay, they fucked it up still. Thank you, WWE 2K23. That's little, you shouldn't even have those on it. That shouldn't be on those, but whatever. I don't care anymore, game. Sure. Sure, buddy. That shouldn't be on it, and it's also not in the correct position as we lower the cage. No one's getting in the way. Draven running right out the gate. Crossbody to take down T. And Draven is climbing up. Is she already trying to escape the cage? Draven is looking for a sprint victory here, but T's gonna stop it. Oof, drops her on her head. Draven was looking for a quick win against T. Was wasting no time with trying to escape the cage, but T was not gonna let her do it. Big boy senton from Draven. Punch to the gut as Draven suplex. Oh, stalling suplex, showing the strength of Draven, just walking twisted TeaTheShiba around. Suplex. Beautiful. Shows the strength. Draven is mighty. You don't want to ever count out Draven. I said Draven is 3-0, and technically T is undefeated in singles competition. As she goes for the pin, the referee is outside of the cage. So we will count outside of the cage to make sure that they don't get in the way. Nobody wants to be inside of a cage with two animals. As T gets some momentum and kicking the back of the leg of Draven. So as you saw, pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage, Draven just runs through T as T sends some haymakers and a neck breaker. Draven rolls up. Could we see a sneaky victory? The refs gotta check up gotta double check the shoulders are down at a 1 count. Draven is trying to get some sneaky wins. If she catches T off guard, she could get a simple win, super easy, and just pick up the win. But I don't think T's gonna let that happen. Draven has her in a fireman's carry. Neck breaker, like reverse cutter. But T kicks Draven, getting her off and off the ropes. Sends her knee right through her, goes for the pin. 2. Ooh, near fall. Draven nearly lost it there. But T's gonna waste no time in trying to escape the cage here. Draven is reeling and is trying to get back onto her feet. As Draven is obviously going to try and stop it, smashing her leg into the cage, using her surrounding to her advantage, and powerbomb off the top of the cage and the ropes as now Draven... Oh, no, Draven's not going to. She's going to go for an elbow drop off the top rope, make sure that T stays down, goes for the pin, and a kick out at 1. Not even a 2 count. Draven checking the ref, making sure they know what they're doing. As she goes to escape the cage once again, T flipping over and getting up. Draven working her way up the cage. It's not easy to hoist yourself up the cage as T gives her own powerbomb to Draven. And Draven rolls her up again. Draven is doing anything. Every move Draven does is to get a win. Draven is not here to... Oh, and now T pulls out one of her own. And Draven counters it with a kick out at 1. Ooh, running knees to the skull by T. Goes for the pin. 2, senior official outside looking at making sure that senior official there is not watching the pin. She is there to make sure that both feet touch the floor if they escape the cage. Scoop slam by T as she climbs up the cage. Draven slowly trying to get back up. Gotta make sure that T bashing the knee against, but T's fighting back. T kicks Draven off, and Draven's a little bit stunned, but T off the top ropes. Draven scouts it. T thought I would take that opportunity to take out Draven instead of going for the win, because Draven was already on her feet, just a little bit dazed there. Arm drag to the ground as T showing the power bomb of T just picking up Draven into a gunt wrench powerbomb, forearms trading. German suplex elevated on the toes. Look at the toes. Look at the toes. Near fall from Draven with that northern light, or the bridge pin from that German suplex. And now Draven's going to try to make quick work and escape the cage. Could we see Draven? She's getting up there. Draven is at the top of the cage. Could we see a pretty fast win. T is chasing her. Draven is dangling across the side. T is trying to hit her and pull her back into the ring. Draven is sitting on the top of the ring, or on the top of the cage. And now T is just pulling at Draven, grabbing her leg. Draven was so close to winning. She had one leg over the cage, and now T is gonna try and climb up the cage. Draven and T fighting on the cage, throws her into the bars, and now Draven again climbing up, but T on her feet, running. Oh man, two very close exits there, almost having it. As T works the leg, you can't climb the cage without a leg. Oh. Knees into a Hurricane Rana. Now T climbing back up. Any chance you can get to have a shot at exiting the cage, these two are going to take it, as T also climbing up the cage. Going to try and shimmy over to T. Ooh, punch to the skull. You also got to be careful not to accidentally knock your opponent off the entire ring. She's grabbing the legs and pulling T down. Fighting, and now Draven is going to take her shot. T's still dazed there. She's going to take her shot, bounces T off, or Draven off the side, and T's climbing again. This is a mad dash to escape the ring. You got to do your best to put as much pain on your opponent where they can't get up and can't stop you. Kick out at one by T. Ooh, spinning big boot misses. And she drops the leg. That's got to hyperextend your knee. It does not feel great. And it looks like Draven is calling for the ref. And the ref is being told to unlock the gate to the cage. That is a door that you can exit out of the cage. And Draven is calling for it. But it looks like the ref said, not too slow, bud. We're locking it back up. If you think you are in a good enough position, you are able to ask the referee to open the cage, but you have a short period of time before you can escape, as Draven, T is out of it. Oh, T getting back up. T's got to hurry. Draven is basically out of the cage there, but immediately catches Draven and pulls her into the ring. Ooh, still clubbing blow to the back. Draven holding on with one hand and is dazed and is fighting T, bounces her head off the cage. Both of them still on the top rope fighting. T takes a flop. Ooh, T's face feeling it as Draven climbs back up. She's made it to the top. T's better gotta hurry. T's reeling. She's got back up. Draven is halfway out of the ring. She is almost out. T's gotta hurry. And T barely grabs onto Draven. Draven has had so many chances, so many times, but T is she's tasted victory, but it's barely graced her lips, as T is also trying to. Now both of them are just trying to climb up the top. T is climbing, and I think they're both just trying to make a mad dash as they both make it to the top of the steel cage. Draven is bashing T's skull on the top of the cage. Draven bashing T's skull again. She's gonna toss T from the 15-foot steel cage, and I think Draven might have just taken it. Draven chased T up to the top of this cage, and I think she's gonna make it outside. Unless T can pop up and grab Draven. Draven is home free, both feet touching the floor, and Draven has picked up and has won the first ever Idol Division Championship. And our senior official will be giving that to our new champion, Draven, with the fucked up side plates. I'm so pissed. But Draven is our first ever undefeated Idol Division champion, and we will see you guys next Thursday for some more MPW. I'm Masu Pro Wrestlington, and we will see you guys next time.